Hey guys, and welcome to the second episode of this week of Marketwatch. So because the Grand Exchange has been broken for the best part of like 3 to 4 weeks, thought it'd be worthwhile doing 2 episodes of Marketwatch this week just to catch up on prices, and then we'll go back to the normal once a week on a Friday from there. Because of the bond series this week as well, I've decided to throw this episode up on Saturday, just so I could finish the bond account with some continuality from the previous episodes. So in terms of this week, the major sort of update has been the Halloween event. Did a video about it earlier in the week where I thought it was quite good. In hindsight now, after trying to do some of the events, it is not the best. The reward shop and the hoodments are very slow to get, so you won't get all the rewards even if you tried and tried hard as well. And even if you looked at buying some bonds. And yeah, not really as good as what first impressions had. But that's what we always try the content for afterwards. And we can always feedback after that. So that was the main update, was the Halloween event. So let's get down to it. So if you don't know what we're doing in this series, this is episode 19 of Marketwatch. And basically what we do is go through the price rises and price falls of the RuneScape free economy on the Grand Exchange homepage as well. Right, so let's get started. Elder Frames, doing very nice at 200k. Again, this will be a bit of a briefer episode as well because we sort of went over stuff, but we'll just see if we see like some big shifts and stuff. And again, Elder Frame being 200k before a bonus XP weekend announcement is kind of like pretty big, because you imagine because of how AFK the 3 and 3 upgrades are, these will go through the roof. I don't think they'd quite double, but I think they could hit 300k without a problem. So yeah, if you're looking to bank some very AFK construction XP, either make the frames yourself and save a little bit of money, or look at doing some excessive PVM, high profit methods, and just start to slowly like throw some frames in your bank. Luckily for the XP needed, you don't need loads of frames, but it will cost a pretty penny either way. So one thing I'm just going to cross off before going down, all the pies which are related to the Keeley storyline for Necromancy, they are going up. They are a demand on them, but I kind of thought they'd go down a little bit now. People don't really make them, there's not really many shops which sell them, so they will go up as a result. U-frame is here, pretty good to finally see it where it needs to be. The frames are weird because Acadias could sell for more than U. Admittedly, they were just used in a recent update, but I still think U are quite undervalued, and if you're going to look at doing construction for bonus XP weekend as well, or if it comes, consider U against Elders on XP rates and GP per XP as well, because I think Elders will be too expensive GP for XP wise anyway. Springs are here, 1.6k, which is pretty mad for a reward which is released on Treasure Hunter, and something you actually pick up quite a bit as well. So that is pretty mad. Potato cactuses now 2.5k each. White berries were crashing, but potato cactuses are up. Those were 2 secondaries which really did well on the last bonus XP weekend as well. Manuscripts to Jazz, literally just under 400k. Next update they will be over 400k. Pretty big moves there. Elder Plank 10.7k now. It's really following up that price of the log. The log is more expensive still, so you will lose money making an Elder Plank, but this will just follow up until it hits the point of matching that. Pyroclast, buy a decent stock because you can just continue to make your super compost. Really good profit and can actually pay for your membership if you do it in the right way. Grimy Toad Flax 7.6k, probably one of the top 3 herbs to farm in a minute. Really in demand due to the demand on brews. If you turn them to unfinished as well, or if you use your machine to turn them into unfinished, it's just some more profits there as well. Refined planks are so far behind, they're going to take a while to get there. A refined elder plank is not 9k because the actual one plank is 10.7k. I imagine it needs to be somewhere between 40 to 45k each. Maybe a little bit more because you're going to have to use 3 of them to make one of the frames. Death Warden, again, it's all different tiers of the armors, and it's all just sort of going because no real shifts happen with those now, so I don't really look at them or touch them. And again, with Death Warden as well, because of the Necromancy storyline of you making your own equipment, I don't really know where people are buying it or why people are buying it, so it's a bit weird. Toad Flax, if you wanted to clean it as well, 8.2k herb, and especially if you got the procs from, I think it's a farming cape, or it might be a master farming outfit, you will get clean herbs as well, which is even more money in your pocket. Purple Halloween Mask, 213 mil, which is actually a little bit cheap for something which was brought into the game as a rare. Obviously it's got nothing on the rest of them, and it is a newer rare, but it's a bit strange, like relatively, that's quite cheap. If you consider something like similar was the Santa hats, they are way more expensive than a purple Halloween mask. Papaya fruits at 9k. You've got a bit of a choice now in terms of your fruit trees on whether you want them to do the coconuts or the papayas. Both are very good, both very in demand. However, these are very good to do with fruit bat scrolls. Fruit bats probably make a pretty penny at the minute, so if you've got the summoning level, I think it's only something like 69. Want to make a little bit of profit, just spamming fruitful scrolls and picking up loot as well. You'll make a decent amount of money. Toad Flat potions are now 9.8k, really are going up, so that is pretty nice. Green Santa hat, 440 mil. Soft clays there. The Demon Cap Zygamite is 182k, bit random. Refined new planks, similar to the elder planks, way off in terms of price. Big Buck, 7.6 mil, absolute madness. Chromator Souls, 5.7k, and Weapon Poison as well, also around the same sort of mark. So again, nothing really like shifted there, but there's still plenty of little methods you can pick out. Plenty of things to search your bank for. Have a look how many springs you have. There might be a chance you have a couple of K and it's just a couple of mil into your bank. Although they are very useful for your spring cleanup. Right, price falls. Again, I imagine it will be very similar to what we did on Monday. So we've got the God Wars 1 armors going very much downwards. 4.5 mil for Armadillo. In here as well, I would look at your PVM armors. Look at what sort of perks you want to get. And if it's any of these stuff in the price falls at the minute, which is very cheap, like your Zaros crests, armor pieces for precise perks, and other stuff, now could be a good time to pick them up because things are crashing in terms of weapons and armors, which are used for decent perks, and it could be a good time to pick it up. Powerful Necroplasm, 819 GP each as well. I think we're pretty much there where the Necroplasm rituals have finally died. It was a good run, it really was, but yeah, now is pretty much the end. Same with the Powerful Inks, it's done. It was by far one of the most mental money makers early game as well. It was the amount of GP some accounts must have made would have been crazy. Crazy. The Zamorak sticks as well could be ideal for some Zamorak components as well because some of that goes into the top tier of Necromancy armor. That could be pretty good. Zamorak Essence, 7.8 mil. That's actually very cheap for Zamorak Essence. When I did the pet, it was mainly like over 10, 11 mil. Blood Shard, 9.4 mil is a decent little purchase if you are a lower level account. Bandos, 1.8 mil for a chest plate, 900k for Tacit. Golden Roses, down at 650k. Very cheap for those. Which will bring down the price of Penance Powder because it's what Penance Powder is made of. Greater Concentrated Blast, still on its way down, similar to the 2H one up here. Buy your ability codexes if they're cheap and if you're actually going to get some use from them. Buy the 2H codex anyway for Sonic Wave because it's 10 mil. 10 mil's not a lot of GP for anyone, and if it is, look up one of my guides and you'll make money. But it'll be a big DPS increase for Mage because things will arc back around eventually. Once that combat beta's out and once stuff sort of settles back down, things will go back up as a result. But while stuff's cheap, buy stuff now. Same here, Shadow Components, 9.3 mil. Pretty good there. And especially for Nexus as well. Seeing them crash means that you can get cheaper components for the Nex armors. Yeah, to be fair, it wasn't really as much of a controversial or big change compared to what we did on Tuesday. A lot of stuff very similar, but again, a lot of stuff is like very, very like high on the crashes. If we look over like 3 months and stuff, there's some stuff here which has been hit hard. The Greater Sonic Wave now, you're going to get it for just under 60 mil cheaper than when it was 3 months ago. And here as well, you can see like Necromancy just absolutely destroying like bone prices. But yeah, it's sometimes good to have a look like 3 months back because you can see something which has got like cheap and then we can pick stuff out as well. But especially like the bone scene, higher tier weapons, it's been pretty brutal on the prices. But yeah, that is why it's always a good idea to keep an eye on it, but also don't let like a decrease in the price make you sell everything because that's where you truly do lose the value in your bank. If you're going to buy an item, make sure you're buying it for the long term and you're not going to plan to sell it anytime soon, or if you're going to be looking at the prices every couple of days to see whether it's going to make some money or sell some money as well. However, that's going to be the end of this episode of Marketwatch. This is episode 19. We're not doing bad. I never thought I'd make it to the 19 episodes of this series, and you guys seem to really love it, so I will be doing another 19 more, and hopefully plenty more after that as well. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to like the video, please make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next Friday. Normal schedule, normal time, for the 20th episode of Market Watch, where we will talk through RuneScape 3's price falls and price rises and any possible investment opportunities which we can find through the Grand Exchange.